2003 Mercury Grand Marquis and or a Ford Crown Victoria. They are the exact same vehicle with different plates on the front and the rear. Today we're going to be replacing the engine coolant reservoir and the upper and lower radiator hose. Let's get to it. And the parts we'll be using for this vehicle: the coolant reservoir 603050, the upper radiator hose, which I think they covered up the part number, might be that, 72287, and the big lower radiator hose, 72286. Let's put this vehicle up in the air and drain the fluid. Alright, underneath the vehicle, we'll come around here to the radiator. We can see our drain port right here. Just put a ratchet on this, give that a spin, and it'll start draining out the radiator. But for me, I'm just going to go ahead and pull the lower radiator hose right here, because we're already going to be replacing this hose. So might as well just get that started with. And plus, I like the fluid leaving the vehicle quickly. I feel like that gets more stuff out than just draining it from that little hole right there. And then I feel better about the system being cleaner after that. I'm gonna try to place my tripod far enough away where it doesn't get flushed with coolant. Alright, there's our radiator hose. Clamp removed, and this thing, a couple wiggles. And let that drain out. See, I just feel better about it. Like when the coolant's leaving quickly, it makes me feel like it's going to take more of that crap out of there with it. I don't know. I don't know if it makes a difference or not, but it makes me feel better. So I'm gonna do it that way. And go ahead and let that finish draining out. Now we're gonna get back up top side. All right, back up top side. First thing we're gonna go ahead and do is we're gonna remove our engine cover right up top. It's held in with one bolt, and it is a 1/4 inch ratchet head. It's not a socket of any size. You have to use a 1/4 inch ratchet head. So, kind of weird, but also kind of convenient. And when you get this off, you're just gonna slide the whole thing forward as these two pins go through the front. So the whole thing has to come forward, and then you can lift it up and get it out of the way. Go ahead and remove that upper radiator hose. Come on, there you go. Go ahead and remove the overflow line that comes from the top of the radiator into the overflow tank or coolant reservoir, or whatever verbiage you'd like to use. And just pulling on this gently with my thumb as I wiggle the hose off so I don't damage the hose. Next, we can go ahead and remove this 8mm bolt. And underneath of it, you'll see a hose clamp right here. This hose is a part of our lower radiator hose and will need to be removed. But I don't think I need to worry about that right now, because if I disconnect it from the engine on that side, I should be able to pull this out with the entire lower radiator hose still attached. So it looks like the easiest way to get to this hose clamp is going to be to come around the driver's side of the engine. Oh, and my clamp just broke. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this off without cutting it now. Oh no. Okay. I'm going to try to apply pressure to this clamp. It's not going to let me do it. I'm going to have to cut this thing off, I think. Well, that's a shame. Come on, there you go. See if I can't get my grind wheel down in there. Now, it looks like I will be able to. So, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Alright, sorry about that, my battery died in my camera, but as you can see, I had to do another cut to get this hose clamp off, and once I had that done, I was able to get the clamp off. I removed the lower radiator hose, and exactly as I was trying to do, I removed the lower radiator hose with the reservoir still connected. I've already transferred over the hose clamps to the new lower radiator hose. And then I realized my battery died and I got none of that on camera, so that sucks, but still pretty simple to follow right now. Alright, next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and install the new coolant reservoir. As soon as I figure out where there it is. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and install our new reservoir onto the new lower radiator hose. And you can see that we have our clip in the locked position. And the best way to remove it from its locked position is to put a small screwdriver right inside of this little hole right here. And then we press down in this direction. And that'll lift this piece up and over the locking clip. And the only difficult part about installing this and removing it is that the automatic transmission cooling lines run right there. So you gotta kind of feed it like this and just work your way around them. So it's not difficult, it's just kind of inconvenient, I guess. Just down here. I'm gonna go ahead and grab the new lower radiator hose and connect it to the lower port on the engine. And pull this up right here. And install our 8mm bolt. As well as our overflow hose. And we can come around here. Down this hose clamp. Alright, we're going to go ahead and transfer over our hose clamps to the upper radiator hose now. See if we can't get these into a locked position. Nice. These things hurt so bad when they unlock like that. And your fingers there though, holy shit, that hurts. I don't understand why they make these if they don't stay locked. What is the point? Could you imagine locking your house and then it just unlocks randomly throughout the day? What's the point? There is none. Stupid. We'll go ahead and put these hoses down. I don't know why my music just turned itself on all of a sudden. Woo! Scary. Put our engine cover back on real quick. And the only thing we got left to do is connect the lower radiator hose to the radiator and fill her up with some fresh coolant. Alright, looks good. And that's it. Only thing left to do is add the coolant. And if you've been following along on the video and you're at this same point, congratulations, you just replaced your own upper and lower radiator hose as well as your reservoir, possibly reservoir. Most people watching this video will just be here for the hoses, but that's fine. Anyway, good job. I knew you could do it. Didn't doubt it for a second. If you'd like to see another video on this vehicle, Crown Vics or Grand Marquis, go ahead and check out that video next. I made that one just for you. Other than that, this video helped you out, leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe, and we will see you all next time.